Well, hello and welcome to Friday Night Update. I'm here with Gow. How are you doing, bud? Excuse me.
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm here. I'm good. Looking forward to it. I'm exhausted, but
Oh well, hey, at least it's Friday. GGIF.
yeah, it's Friday. Woot!
Yep.
Alrighty, and we are on week 79, where we have Galileo fixes and our next named update. A range of bug fixes for Galileo this week, which actually makes me realise I've got a typo in the title. Along with details on the big named update we've started working on.
Let's hope Jake won't notice.
Shh,
Miss
don't
Smith,
tell
wink, wink.
everyone.
Hey, it's there for everyone to read.
Yeah. Right, well, I have actually changed it, but it might not update on the page in time.
Exactly. But hey,
Yeah, it will be by the time they come to watch the replay.
exactly. Exactly.
Oh dear, that should tell you how tired I am. Unfortunately, this week things have been such that I've been burning the candle at both ends, and I'm really feeling very tired. But we're on to the week 79. If you would kick us off, please.
Sure. So, welcome to the Week 79 update discussion. Following on from the incredible successful launch of Galileo last week, we followed up with a bunch of bug fixes and UI improvements that slipped through the cracks or were picked up on by players as they tested out the new features. We also released our interior decorations DLC last week, a small package of mineral lamps and paintings for players who want to support our development and throw a few extra dollars our way. And finally, we've got an update on the next named update and what to expect from that, along with progress on our first expansion, New Frontiers. First expansion? Isn't Styx considered kind of an expansion? Oh,
It was a free DLC when it was first released.
Exactly, started out as a free DLC, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it
let's
isn't anymore.
hop in and have a read, shall we?
It isn't anymore, but hey ho.
Yeah.
That's a really nice. Oh man, they did that really well.
Yeah, nice.
Nice painting behind the aquarium there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interestingly enough, I don't see a frame of the painting.
Maybe there's an option not to have a frame.
I don't know.
Well, you made the frames,
have,
so
yeah.
I just put pictures up.
I'd have to have a look at some point. Meh.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice.
Yeah, definitely looking very good.
Yeah, and you have a blank frame on the left.
Yeah. Yeah, or is it a window? No, it's might be a window though in a concrete building part.
It looks like a picture frame to me.
I don't know actually.
It's the inside of that frame is completely different to the right hand side.
Yeah,
it's a
but
different color.
It might be a glass window.
Ah, could be. Forgot about that. Okay.
Anyway.
Moving swiftly on, we have Galileo fixes. Following on from our Galileo update last week, we're polishing up a few gameplay and UI bugs that slipped through the cracks or popped up as players checked out new content. They fixed some achievements and their trigger conditions which weren't firing correctly. They enabled fishing in outposts and
I wonder, there are unique fish which are only found in one specific spot. I assume you won't be able to catch those in outposts unless they add unique fish specifically in Outpost.
Well, yeah. I kind of thought that when they said specific fish in places you wouldn't expect to find them, then, well, yeah.
Anyway,
They fixed the ammo display in the UI, which was not displaying the correct amount.
to be honest, I never look at the or barely ever look at the amount display. I just keep on shooting till it's time to reload.
I often keep an eye on it because it lets me know whether or not I need to reload now or later.
Just as a rule of thumb, whenever there is a brief lull in the fight, I reload.
Yeah, same. Okay, fixed some UI tooltips which were being cut off due to character constraints.
I reckon, especially with translated text.
Yes, that would make sense. They have improved the fish movement visualization.
Yep.
Nice.
For this one, as well as the first bullet point, the trigger conditions for some achievements will be in the changelog.
Yeah. Okie dokie. They have added more translations for Galileo and translated some missing UI texts. Sweet. We love it when everybody gets the chance to play.
Exactly.
Fixed up creature corpses showing fur when they shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't really expect fur when
You've skinned it.
skinning a crocodile, for example.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have expected
Komodo.
I would have expected to pick up scales.
Or
But
a
then we don't have
moa.
anything to make with them.
Yeah, like skin a moa, get fur. And here I was thinking those birds had feathers.
Yeah. Yeah. And with the feathers we could make arrows.
This is not Valheim. Here we
Well,
don't need
no,
feathers
but
for arrows, but yeah.
you could
it
use
would.
them as an ingredient for the arrows.
True.
Okay, and lastly, they have some fixes to buildings and deployables, destructive meshes. Okay, so when you when you pick something up, it changes the way it looks.
More if something is taking damage, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Last week they also said something about the last week I believe hedgehogs. If they take damage, they now change the mesh, and you see a damaged hedgehog.
Yeah.
Those kind of
Hey,
things.
hey, Jake. Welcome. Good to see you. How are you doing?
Hey Jake, welcome.
Welcome.
There's a couple of unknown fishes there, or at least fishes we haven't found yet.
Ooh. Okie dokie. I'll talk to you off stream about that.
Let's put it this way: I see fishes you haven't caught yet.
Hey, I've only caught one fish. It doesn't take much.
True. True. Don't worry, I haven't caught them all yet either.
Thank God for that. Okay, whilst I go and quickly get a drink, would you take us through this first part of the interior decorations, please?
So, last week also released a small interior decorations DLC on Steam. This ended up being a day later than planned. So this is a reminder for anyone who missed it the first time around. Actually, it was being fixed during our update discussion.
Yes.
And we have shown the mineral lamps and stuff in the last week's Thursday gameplay.
Yes, because we put quite a few on the windows and stuff.
Yeah. And the paintings we showed last week Friday in the open world.
Yeah, they're nice.
So, people, if you like what we're doing with Icarus and you want to support the continued development, consider purchasing this interior decorations pack for a few dollars. It would mean a lot to us. Well, I haven't purchased it, being the first cohort and all. I did, however, buy some merchandise, and I got it in last week actually. So I'm working on my new desk pad, which is like desk sized indeed, about. And I was actually considering wearing the first cohort T-shirt to the office today, just to throw people off balance, because they only know me wearing Jack Daniels T-shirt every single day.
Yeah.
In the end, I decided to just keep it in my own habit and wear the Jack Daniels T-shirt. I was really thinking about doing it, just for fun.
Well,
Hey Froggy, welcome.
Hey Froggy, welcome, sweetie. How you doing? Yeah, we've got that to look forward to. So there's
Hypatia!
Yeah.
So, now that Galileo is finished, we're moving on to our next named update, named Hypatia, after the ancient Alexandrian mathematician, astronomer, and philosopher. So keeping in line with Galileo.
Yeah.
The core features of this update will be the integration of the classic Icarus missions into open world, allowing players to travel across the permanent map while activating missions during their session. It will also include improvements to missions, including more interaction between prospectors and the station while on the planet. And also a new world boss.
Ooh, we like them.
Yeah. So yeah, a couple of things here. It's actually something I said before as well. If we are going to be able to start missions from our open world, and we are able to bring stuff from the open world to the mission, I can understand for a lot of people it would mean a godsend. Because then, especially if you don't have a lot of workshop stuff yet, at least you can make armor and weaponry and stuff in your open world to bring to the mission. However, for players like us, it's gonna be like that's too easy, I think. Although obviously we would have ourselves to blame, because we can choose not to bring anything except workshop stuff. So I'm a bit two-minded about this. It might make things too easy. However, I can also understand people who are already struggling because they don't have a lot of stuff. For those people, it would make it easier to do these missions. Oh, and Echo Froggy says you got a strong feedback from your mic.
Is this the same for everybody else? Please let me know. Calling for an audio check, please.
It's a bit of a hollow sound, but it is understandable.
Okay. I don't know why that is.
Jake also says sounds fine to me.
Oh, she says
So,
now it's better.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just addressing it already fixes it. I like that.
Nice. I haven't really changed anything.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, anyway, back to the mission from open world.
Yeah.
So we have had missions where it's like travel from one side of the map to the other side of the map. Would we be able to hop in the mission, build on one part of the map, hop back to the open world, travel on the open world to the other side of the map, continue the mission from there, from that new position? Might be interesting. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, something we'll have to wait and see how this is gonna work. Also, we
Yeah.
get a new world boss. I wonder
Oh.
what's it gonna be. The big rabbit?
Well,
Still
we
waiting
weren't
for it.
well we would yeah, that's going to be so cool.
Yeah, with the area of effect stomp attack.
Yes, that's the very one. Yeah.
Very big in sizes.
Mm. Yeah. Looking
Gonna,
forward
gonna
to
be
that.
gonna be some interesting stuff to look forward to indeed. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, for this new world boss, I see fire arrows maybe helping.
No, fire is already pretty good against the Scorp.
Yeah.
So maybe we get some a world boss who's susceptible to poison arrows.
Poison. Yeah, I was just thinking that because if you use a poison arrow, then you slow it down because that's pretty much what happens to us.
So looking at the other types of arrows we have, there's the flare arrows, which would be very good for a bat as a nighttime boss. Fire a flare arrow and it blinds the bat, so it slows down, something like that.
Yeah, could do.
Enough
Could do.
interesting possibilities.
Yeah. Jake says there is also a big feature not mentioned in that. I would almost say the headliner, but we can't spoil everything.
Yep. I mean, you don't have to spoil everything, but you can tell us the spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah, Froggy asked, will we ask Jake, will we get some travel cars or bikes? Where what to Jake says, not yet. We're more focused on mounts than vehicles. Actually, this question was also asked by Fortisar during the Q&A, and that was also said like, yeah, no, not on the current maps. I don't recall exactly, but wasn't there something about like maybe in a future DLC where the map would be more suitable for vehicles? It's been like a week and a half since I listened to that update on the background, so that interview on the background. So I don't recall exactly anymore, but yeah, it was there also said like now vehicles isn't really something we're focusing on at the moment.
No, but there has been hints at a new mount.
Oh yeah.
These
The something horsey. Or the woolly zebra is a mount. I don't recall anymore. My memory sometimes is like
yeah,
slip.
yeah,
The normie
Normie
horse.
Horsey, that was it. I'm sitting here thinking I can't remember, but it was something like Tasty Horsey because I kept calling it Nommy and Normie Horsey. Should have known. Duh.
Anyway,
Okay.
let's continue. Like Galileo, Hypatia is a free update that will take several weeks to polish. Quite understandable. Our regular weekly updates, however, will continue in the meantime. So the smaller updates, and we're now working on the next big one, Hypatia. New
Nice.
Frontiers, the first major expansion DLC, is also progressing in leaps and bounds, and we hope to share some sneak peeks soon. Yay!
Ooh.
New Frontiers will also feature new biomes, creatures, and missions, and it will be a paid DLC if you're not a first cohort member.
Yeah, like we are.
Yeah. An alien vehicle or bike like used in the Jedi movies, says Froggy. Uh,
Nah.
the thing is, Froggy, desert is okay for a bike or for a vehicle. Sorry, I would say. Except maybe for some physics aspects, getting too much airtime, crashing your vehicle and stuff. So desert and maybe Arctic.
Yes.
Especially the Olympus Arctic, because there's no trees growing there and stuff. But good luck driving a vehicle in forest area.
Yeah. You know, unless you've got an X-wing.
An air vehicle.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. A blimp.
Yeah, chopper.
Hot air balloon.
That would kinda be more in line with the rest of the game. Hot air balloon, yes. But then a hot air balloon with some proper engines on it, so you can actually fly wherever you want and not be depending on the wind.
Yeah, but given the game, it would be feasible to make a hot air balloon because we can make rope. We've got leather. We can make cured leather, which you could tie together to make the balloon, and then you just make a wooden box with a fire in the middle, and you stand on a platform on the outside, and it inflates the balloon. It's
Yeah.
doable.
Yeah, it is. And build a little engine with a propeller.
And think about
For
how
which you would need electronics and stuff, obviously. So tier 4, maybe multiple tier balloons. I don't know.
yeah, the only limit there is you know, I mean, there's a height limit. We don't want to hit the ceiling.
Which can be done by putting a max height to where you can fly. Like you can't fly above at that point. The
Yeah.
balloon
But
simply won't get higher.
think about all the scouting you could do if you could have a look at it from the air.
Yeah, think of
Because
all the fire arrows you can shoot towards the balloon.
well, yeah.
Okay, can we get a hot air balloon? You can do the scouting, and I can make sure you come back down.
Thanks.
I'm always happy to help. You know that.
Yeah, but then if we can make a hot air balloon, why can't we make a parachute? Which I would be wearing.
Oh.
Because I know what you're like.
Nah, you don't need no parachute. You'll be fine.
I'll be falling at terminal velocity and I'll sprain my ankle.
Well, if you have the 3 modules with reduced fall damage and the backpack with reduced fall damage, you will take 0 damage.
0 damage.
We know, we tried it.
Yeah, we couldn't kill Carl.
I jumped off the mountain fortress.
Yeah.
Like, I almost destroyed the building piece I landed on, but I didn't take 0 damage.
Yeah,
So,
Froggy,
yeah.
Froggy says parachutes or gliders. Gliders, there's an idea.
Oh, it would definitely make it easier to
We're
come
always
down
running off cliffs anyway.
Yeah, but then say you should put it in your utility slots, you carry it on your back, and then as soon as you're like, oh shit, I'm falling off a cliff, quickly deploy it. Yeah.
Yay!
But also, like, remember where we had to build the tower up high in the mountain for a mission, and we had to bring water to it?
Yes.
Where I built down the ramp all the way down the mountain?
Yep.
Well, if you would have a glider, you could just run off the cliff and glide down with your glider.
Yep, that would be so cool.
Would make it so much easier.
Oh yeah.
To go down, that is, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, so much safer as well.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have we ran off the cliff in the dark when, oh shit, I'm dead? Where are you? I have no fucking idea.
Not that often, actually, but the amount of times sprained or even broke a leg, countless.
Yeah, you don't remember that time you died halfway up a mountain?
I didn't say never, I said not that often. But yeah, I do remember that one where I had to
my
talk you
choice
to like,
my choice was to build up to you or die getting to you.
yeah, and like, okay, now take your beam, put it diagonally up this way, and now horizontal that way, and yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Oh man, good
It was funny
times.
though.
Oh, funny as heck. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
You
We
come
have
down from
changed.
space with a rocket, so why not have some tech glider? Well, it could be a very simple one, Froggy. Just a wooden frame with some leather over it. Because it would be lighter than a metal one. So should provide more lift.
How's about having it tier? What tier do you need for carbon fiber? Tier 3, right?
Carbon fiber you have to smelt in the concrete furnace, which you make in the machining bench, which is the tier 3 bench.
Okay, so it's tier 3.
At least, yeah.
Okay, so
Make a carbon fiber frame, you mean?
yeah. How's about if you could actually make a glider with carbon fiber and bits and pieces? It's tier 3. That would be so cool. Okay, anyway. Let's have a
Indeed,
look at...
Froggy. Some ideas for Jake, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, change lock.
Yeah. Let's have a look at what they fixed, if you please.
So, they fixed a highlightable setup which was missing from beds. Not entirely sure. A highlightable setup? The press R for the radio? For the new carved wood beds, maybe? I don't know, it was there.
Yeah.
Jake says, I just go grab a bit of toast, and we're now talking about rockets and space gliders.
Yeah, we move quickly here.
Yep. It was just natural progression from vehicles to gliders.
Yeah.
Vehicles, air balloons, parachutes, gliders. It makes all sense, you know.
Yeah. And we were talking about being able to, you could buy a really high tech one from the space station, but then if you could make one on the planet at tier 3, so that you could get safely down from the top of a mountain in the dark.
Yeah, and then you land halfway at 3, and then you still fall and break your leg. But hey, that's details.
Yeah, well, I mean, falling 6 feet as opposed to falling 6,000 feet.
Exactly.
All right, moving on.
Let's see, data validation for highlightable. So I assume the highlightable setup, which was missing for
Above.
beds.
Yes, I would assume so, yeah.
Adding unique fishing zones for outpost maps. And adjusting fish spawn config data validation. So, does this mean outposts will have their own unique fishing zones, or the unique fishing zones which are currently on Olympus and or Styx will now also be in the outpost, making it less unique?
I would have gone for the first one where, we've got to search high and low for these fish, right? So I would expect some, if they've opened fishing zones in the outposts, I would expect to be able to get a very particular type of fish in the outposts.
Yeah, but then again, if they add a new unique fish type to outposts, how will that tie into the Steam achievement for like catching all the fish?
Well, I would hope it would count towards it.
Yeah, but it does mean that once it is the Master Angler achievement. catch one of every fish. It does mean that every time they add a fish type, they have to update this achievement. So you're like, okay, I only need to catch one more fish type. And then they add a whole bunch of new fish. Then, now I have to catch 11. Some of them only in Outpost. I don't know. Not unique, just different collections and groups, says Jake. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Even so, fishing in outposts, yes. We like ye.
Exactly, Jake. He won't be doing that, like adding new fish types, or at least not too often.
Okay. Alrighty.
This ties in with another bullet point of fixes. Like there is also achievement Master Chef. Let's see the yes chef. Cook every item of food.
Mhm.
Currently there are 32 items of food according to the achievement. Every new recipe would mean it has to be added to the requirements for this achievement.
Yeah.
Luckily, once you get an achievement, you can't. It won't be taken away. So get this achievement whilst it's still easy between quotes.
Yeah.
The same goes for the harvest one of every plant.
Mhm.
Currently 17. As soon as they add a plant, it will be 18. So yeah, hey, again, go get that achievement whilst they're only 17.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay, they've been
let's
doing some
continue.
strawberry fixes. They have fixed strawberry LOD distances. They've fixed file names and texture settings.
Were the strawberries broken? Those poor strawberries.
We must have left them too long and they went off. They went bad.
Yeah, I think so.
Oops.
We should have put them in jars. Nah, anyway.
Jake says, yeah, the accolades won't be updated like that. I don't believe in changing the goalpost. We might just reword the accolades and achievements to say collect these instead of collect all.
Exactly, because there are more of those kind of achievements, like the explore every biome.
Yeah.
As soon as New Horizons drops, you will have new biomes. So, yeah.
Well,
Maybe indeed, it's easier indeed to change the wording, but yeah.
Yeah, instead of saying either of those, you could just say collect each.
Yeah, no, still, if you say collect each, still implies all.
Well, yeah, but okay.
Yeah.
I give in.
Well, okay, so the goal for the achievements won't change. Okay, so no rush with the achievements. Got it. Thank you.
Lovely.
Still, I'm gonna work on them. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll actually have to go read them because I haven't had an opportunity. I've been so busy, just like absolutely no time to do anything except do what I'm doing, go to bed, get up, and repeat, rinse and repeat the next day. Do you know what I mean? It's been so busy.
Yeah, well, I did the complete every Olympus mission. I got the achievement earlier today, just because I could.
Okay. That
Anyway,
that means that I haven't got it. I'll have to work on that.
yeah. It isn't hard. It's just a couple of exploration missions. So basically, drop down, immediately take off again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not hard.
I know. That's why I did that one. Low hanging fruit. Anyway. Implemented asset validation for file name prefixes. Okay. Alright.
Validation is good.
Thanks. Yeah, it reduces the chances of errors.
Which we like.
So,
Okay.
aquarium VFX bubble tweaks, area bubbles and setup. I should have a closer look at my aquarium then. I haven't
Yeah.
really looked at it that closely. Yeah.
Cool.
Fix the timing for third person view real animation to sync up with first person and the rod animation. Yeah, looks better.
Yes, for sure.
Update fish and bestiary cheat to allow unlocking of every creature and fish at the same time. I assume it is devlocked.
Yes.
I don't even want that cheat. I just want for this bestiary and for the fish. I want to do it on my own, proper.
Yeah, you got to do it authentically, otherwise, you know, if you
Otherwise,
got
it's not an achievement. Then the
no,
achievement will be you were able to cheat. No thanks.
yeah, no thanks. No, I'd rather earn what I get and feel good about getting it.
Exactly.
So, disable shadow casting on planet meshes in atmospheric controller. Even though they're hidden, they're still error. They still error out when building worlds.
Yeah, not something we would see. I mean, we would see if it wouldn't be fixed.
True.
Because then you can't make the world builds and then they can't upload them. Yeah, glad they fixed that
Okay.
by disabling shadow casting.
Yeah. Remove height map and generated level LODs as outposts are too small for them to be used effectively and it's wasting memory.
Yep.
Improvements
And
in
wasting memory
performance
is
improvement.
performance degradation. So yeah, I think
Yeah,
good.
we like performance improvement.
Yep.
Okay.
Tied into that, the culling distance volumes for the outposts. Added enough blocker volumes to exterior boundary areas of outposts 2, 3 and 5 to fix mission content thinking it's a valid location. Okay, yeah. The dynamic missions from the mission board.
Right.
I was like, mission in outpost? Oh, wait, the dynamic missions. Fix water RVT error on outpost 5 due to the scale being 0, 0, 0. Yeah, I don't know what the coordinate system in which outpost this is and what the coordinate system in it is, but
They fixed it. We like it.
as long as it works, I'm happy. As long as it
Yeah.
works properly, I'm even happier. Fix atmosphere controller on outpost 2 by re-adding the actor. Oh, good. Now at least we have weather events again there, I assume. Atmosphere controller.
Yeah. There's with the shadow casting disabled again. On WT Frozen Lake causing errors during world build due to size when shadow casting is not needed.
Again, I'm glad they fixed that, so they could make a new world build.
Yeah, okay.
Fix breakable rock texture settings and LOD settings. Breakable rock as in normal boulders you mine with a pickaxe, or breakable rocks as in the new, I believe it's going to be the DLC, which you will have to mine by the sledgehammer.
Okay.
This has been, this information comes from previous updates in bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And actually is mentioned in this this particular patch notes as well.
Okay.
Anyway, add no RVT material variation for final combined LOD. Well, I'm glad you use a lot of TLAs. Unfortunate, I don't understand all of them. I don't know all of the TLAs. But hey, so be it. Added translatable strings for character customization options, achievement heading, search box, open world selection, alteration information, drop timers, solo talents, and auto suggest settings button. Again, special thanks from the people who want to play Icarus in in another language than English.
Yeah.
Translatable strings, without them, they'll have their game partially English, partially the other language. So yeah, on behalf of the players who play Icarus in another language than English, thank you for those additional translatable strings.
Yeah. And thank you to the people who do the translations.
Yep.
Okay, they fixed the fishing bench weight, increased to 20 kilos from 1 kilo.
Yeah, look at the size of the thing. Only
Yeah.
weighing 1 kilo?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, don't get me started on bloody weight issues. Oh my gosh. Parcels at work today were just an absolute nightmare. They have been all week. They've been like super heavy this week, this entire week. And I'm telling you, everything hurts. Right? It's just from, I mean, if I can lift 30 kilos, right? But
Mhm.
I had in one bag, right, there were 3 20-liter bags of like compost, right?
Oh, this stuff is quite heavy.
Right? That's 120 liters of compost, right, in 3 separate bags. I couldn't lift this thing off the floor, right?
Yeah,
I'd
like I said, the stuff is pretty
I
heavy.
I had to get somebody else to put it in the van, and when I got to the address, I saw this really elderly gentleman, and I knew I wasn't going to get it out of the van, so I just I popped a card through his letterbox and ran.
You just shoved it out of the back of the
Yeah,
van
and
and sped off.
I took it back to the depot, and I had to get the guy to help me get it out of the van, and I said, "I am not taking that back out on Monday.
Yeah.
You know, you can
Huh?
give it to somebody else, but I cannot get that off the floor." And it was labeled 1 kilo.
Yeah, right.
So yeah.
They should fix the weight there, increase it to 20 kilos or something instead of
Yeah,
one.
well, the thing is that they'll end up sending a bill to the client for the correct amount, for the correct weight. It doesn't change the fact that they expect us to try and deliver it.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Anyway, just one of the fun things at work today.
Just a really heavy 1 kilo. Yeah, Scottish 1 kilo. Jake.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, wow. Anyway, allow localization of tackle box inventory when within player inventory and attachment slot information.
Tackle box inventory when within player inventory. Can you open it whilst it's in your inventory? That's a good one to test. I don't know. I'd have to test. I'd have to hop into my open world and have a look.
Mm,
But hey, localization again. Thanks. We like localizations, or at least non-English people do.
yes.
To an extent, because I'm non-English, but I don't care. English is for me as easy as my own language, if not easier. Meh.
Okay. Update loading screen text to use translated string. We like that.
Updating painting selection window, thumper UI progress bar, all to be translatable. Oh, you can't open, but you can pick it up, and items inside say inside. You can see them on the tooltip. Ah, okay, okay. I can easily check it because I have a tackle box with a couple of lures in my inventory in one of my players, in one of my characters in my open world. So Next time I hop in and I haven't forgotten about it, I'll have a look.
Cool. Alrighty. Fiber cannot be placed in and grown in crop plots.
Why would you want to grow fiber in crop plots? Just grow
What
berry
the-
bushes. You get berries and fiber.
Yeah. I mean,
Not
I'm sorry, but who was dumb enough to try that one?
well, not necessarily dumb enough. I
wait.
mean,
Ah,
things have to be
whoa, whoa,
tested.
whoa. Jake's just said, can now.
Oh, it's the.
No, we had that
I-
typo
I
last
think-
week.
I think we have another example of New Zealand spelling. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. So fiber can now be placed in and grown in crop plots.
You might
I've-
wanna go back and change the text there, Jake.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a typo which completely
Change it.
reverses the info here.
Yeah. 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 Like black is not white.
Yeah. Okay, but again, why would you want to plant specifically fiber in a crop plot?
Yeah.
Unless the fiber yield will be higher than the fiber yield of a berry bush.
Yeah. Jake says that's my comment too.
The typo cursor struck against us, Froggy. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's. I'm sorry, but that's a biggie.
Yep.
So,
If you're in the desert or Arctic or other biomes, where you don't have berries, true. You're right. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Didn't think of that.
yeah, because in the
We
Arctic
play
you
mostly
can,
in the
you
in the
can
forest
now
biome.
pick up fiber.
Yeah, you don't. If you don't have any berries on you when going into that areas, you can't plant the berry.
Yeah,
You'll have
exactly.
to do. If you're in an open world, you can do dynamic missions and try and get some berries.
Right.
Not
Okay.
if you refresh, it's now fixed.
All
I'm
sorted.
refreshing.
Okay. I don't know whether or not this is going to work on stream, but here goes.
For me it still says fiber cannot be placed in and grown in crop plots. Jake? I just refreshed.
Yeah, not for me. I did refresh, and I made the people sick by scrolling back down to it, but no. Still says not for me, I'm afraid.
Maybe because we open via Steam, there's a bit of a delay.
No, I don't open it via Steam.
Yeah, I always open the link via Steam. I mean, I click on the link in Discord, but it does bring you to, or it does take me to store.steampowered.com. So
Okay.
Steam or Steam affiliated.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I won't bother making the people sick again, so we'll just move swiftly on.
Anyway. But yeah, indeed, in those cases where you don't start out in a forest biome or you
Yeah,
forgot to take berries with you from the forest biome, indeed, plant fiber in crop plots. Sure. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
yeah.
So when will we be able to plant trees in a crop plot then? I'm
No,
thinking
but-
about the Olympus Arctic, where there are no trees.
Yeah. Did they not say something about, like, I know we said they did the fauna regen
Fauna regrow, yeah.
thing, right?
But I reckon it will only regrow things which were already growing there. So again, Olympus
Yeah.
Arctic, nothing grows in the Olympus Arctic.
Yeah, but if you chop down a tree, it can drop seeds, and you can take them with you, and you can plant them
Hence my
without.
question: will we at some point also be able to grow trees in crop plots? Then
Oh,
again, you could also argue there's just a very thin layer of soil, not enough for trees to grow roots. Well, it would be handy, especially in Olympus Arctic,
yeah,
if you choose to build there.
yeah, that would be good. Okie dokie. Moving
Yeah.
on, please.
Right. Pass on LED screen sizes for various assets with low values. Okay.
Good.
Thanks.
Add missing icons for newer items.
I
Good.
haven't actually seen any or noticed any icons missing.
No, but it doesn't mean to say that other
Maybe
people haven't.
we might not have checked everything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Update settings for generated sub-level LEDs for Olympus.
Fixed several
Yeah.
corpse BP setups causing problems with icon generation.
Okay. Corp BP
One.
setups.
Yeah.
Okay. We know there was a problem last week, or at least it was in the fixes, I believe. Some skeletons being all wacky looking, chart skeletons and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Okay. So.
Fixed these corpse BP setups which were causing problems with icon generation. Well, hey, at least now we have the proper icons again. So that's good. Talking about newer items, still haven't found the pronghorn. I spent a bit of time in the open world again today. Found enough chamois, no pronghorn still. Anyway, that's just sidetracked. Let's see. Removed caching on chat messages that was causing double line spacing to occur. Wasn't this one in last week's patch notes as well? There was quite a bit of caching in chat last week.
Yeah.
Where they like removed caching and added some caching back.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
now they removed
Absolutely.
it again. Yeah.
Okay.
Fixing caching issues for ammo count was causing the value to be held for longer than it should. Remember above where I said when they were talking about fix the ammo display in the UI, which was not displaying the correct amount.
Yep.
It will be mentioned later on. It's mentioned here.
Yep.
Fix an error in the description for titanium plate. Shouldn't this be in future content? Because we don't have titanium plates yet, do we?
No, we don't.
Nah. Ah well.
Okay.
Oh, it's already maybe already in some test branch, some developer branch, and there was an error in description. So from that point of view, it has been fixed. From player point of view, it's still future content, but for developer point of view, it's a fix. God yeah.
Good. Update all fish spawn zones to ensure that Arctic spawn zones are defined.
Fish in cave in the Arctic. You will catch fish. Tested it today. So there's an Arctic spawn zone there.
Good.
You forgot a fishing recipe thingy.
Dynamic tool update on update old cooked fish requirement to cooked fish chunks.
Yep. Hey, Lilith, welcome.
Hey, Lev, welcome. Good to see you. How are you doing? Then we have add validation to fishing spawn zones to ensure each spawn zone is defined, not just the Arctic ones.
And each spawn zone is defined, so make sure all spawn zones are in the map, so you can at least catch all types of fish, so at least you can get that achievement for it.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a puddle at the top of a mountain, but you can't get to it because you hit the ceiling, that's a bit of a faux pas.
Yeah, but what do you think of like one of the spawn zones not being defined, so not being in the map, and
Yeah.
that being one of the unique spawn zones? So you can't catch it one unique fish, so you'll never be able to.
Get the achievement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to fix that.
Yeah, that's kind of an important one.
Yeah.
Add a flavor text to all fish food consumables.
Flavor text as in salt or saltwater fish or what's the English word? Sweetwater fish?
Freshwater fish.
Freshwater fish. That's the word. Freshwater. I don't know. I haven't been looking much at the fish recipes yet.
My brain wants to say, right, you can have fish with a bit of butter, and you can have a little bit of herbs, and maybe a few chanterelles in there, and all this kind of good stuff. Give it
Well, we do have mushrooms. Right? We don't have milk. We do, however, have buffalo and juvenile buffalo. So one would expect maybe only after taming would be a nice option though. After taming, you will be able to milk that buffalo.
Milk a buffalo, yeah, that would be good. And then we could
Make the cheese we need for the pizza. Make the butter to fry the fish, stuff like
that. Yeah, and we can build a pizza oven with the brick we're gonna get.
Yeah.
Boom! You heard it here first, Peeps.
There's some ideas for you, Jake.
Yeah, hope so. Nudge, wink, wink, hint, hint. Okay, add shepherd's roll.
Maybe not for Hypatia updates, but for the update after that one.
Yeah.
Give us that pizza! Oh yeah. And we can send it to you in the chat message if you want.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, you're not going to miss a thing if you didn't catch it first time round. There's always the replay. So
Exactly.
don't worry.
Milk a buffalo, it would be interesting to watch in real life. Well, buffalo is basically nothing else than a cow.
Yeah.
Slightly bigger, slightly less domesticated and stuff, but hey.
Yeah,
basically.
and I mean, if you've got a buffalo with a juvenile, you don't really expect it to be male, do you?
Yeah, unless it's Father's Day, but.
Well, yeah, but and just for the timestamp,
goat milk, indeed, Lilith, goat milk.
Yeah, just for the timestamp, Jake, that was around about the 1 hour mark.
Yep. Yeah, we got buffaloes in Canada, says Froggy. And they're kind of mean. Then you shouldn't be mean to them, Froggy. Be friendly to them, and they might be friendly to you.
Yeah, I mean, how dare you build a garden in their trek from A to B? I mean, seriously, how inconsiderate do you need to be? Oh, I can really see that happening. Oh man, yeah, I would just stay away. Okay, fix issue where mount saddle camera would become attached to previous rider, making any other players that rode that mount have their view snapped to previous player instead of mount.
That's an interesting bird.
Oops. Can't say as I've ever experienced that one, but that sounds
So
really interesting.
if you experience that bug and you switch to third person mode, you will actually be in second person mode. So a bit more to that. So for example, if you had it where you snap to my point of view, if I were driving behind you, so you would see
Oh,
yourself
yes.
riding,
Yes, oh
and then you
man.
switch to third person mode, you would actually be in second person mode, which is quite uncommon.
Yeah. Gee, talk about deja vu.
What happened to you before?
No, that would be like I mean, that would be like an out of body experience to watch yourself ride the animal ahead of you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I know what it is. It's Matrix. Sorry. Okay.
Inception.
Ah! Ooh, now there's a good film.
Yeah, dreams within dreams within dreams and stuff. Yeah.
Oh man. You know, I know people who watched that film and said, I don't get it. And lost interest, like, I don't know, 45 minutes in, and I'm like, how can you not get that?
Not everyone is capable of thinking such weird ways. Echo.
Okay.
Alternative ways.
Yeah, I was just going to say that you and I are pretty unique then, huh?
Yep.
Because we go
Yeah.
there automatically. Uh,
Yeah, for instance, we have some buffaloes on the base where the hubby works. And yes, you better stay away from them, especially when they have young. Wild
young
buffaloes
ones.
are in. Wild buffaloes is any wild animals, stay away from them. Yeah, but that's why they said after taming, you would be able to milk the buffalo.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing is then is that they have to differentiate between male and female buffalo. So if you see a lone buffalo, it's a male, and if you see a buffalo with a young, it's a female.
There is currently no differentiation in Icarus between male and female of the species. Actually, back in the day when a cougar was still called a lioness, you never had a lion, only a lioness, the female variant.
Yeah.
Might be some weird Icarus exotics mutation thingy where there's only female which don't need no male to reproduce. I feel it said like they don't need me no more, but hey.
I was thinking more along the lines of the name lioness just says, hey, beware, there's a bitch attack coming. Because they hit hard. Well, they do when you first meet them.
True. They don't have no proper armor.
No,
I mean, if you're running around in cloth, yeah, they hit hard, true. Yeah,
mind you, having said that, I was going to say if you're running around in cloth, you shouldn't be meeting them in the first place. But it's better to wear cloth in the desert because it keeps you cooler.
Jake says there's too many animals already. We don't need them to reproduce. Hey, you were the folks who introduced the baby animals, Jake. Don't blame this on us, eh?
Yeah, I mean we're just doing what we always do. We're discussing the patch notes.
We're observing and we're discussing what we see. So yeah.
Yeah.
This one is not on us, man. This one's squarely on ya, folks.
Yeah, I mean, is this a case of like this is like so all your fault because you gave it to us in the first place,
Really?
and we absolutely love it.
Foggy says it's an alien buffalo. You can milk them all. Oh, indeed. Great point indeed, Lalef.
Yeah.
Great point indeed.
Alrighty.
Anyway, how you get from mount sail camera point view snap issue thingy to alien buffaloes.
Yeah, well, we discuss, and that's how it
Train of
happens.
thought. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, removed some old debug logging when player equipment visibility changes only affects development builds.
So we won't even see it.
Alrighty, thanks for the heads up.
Removed debug logging used for death state camera bug. Let's assume for investigating that bug, not for generating that bug.
Well, I'm thinking.
Just saying.
Yeah, okay. And the next one, if you please.
Yeah, fix the issue where the mount tooltip interaction text was being clipped. Reorganize the internal layouts of the interaction prompts in all widgets that reference it. Yeah, we don't use mounts a whole lot. So I actually never noticed the text being clipped.
No, can't say
I
as
don't
I've
know,
noticed
maybe
either.
it's translated text being clipped, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the
Anyway,
reality is that it's become pretty ingrained in us just to run everywhere anyway. So that's kind of what we do.
yeah, it's
considering.
faster than the Buffalo mount, and almost as fast as the Moa mount. So yeah.
Yeah, but we can run longer than the mount, especially if we get some downhill slopes in there.
Depends on the terrain. On flat terrain, Moa, well, depends on your foot. Then it's gonna depend on your food. But Moa has less stamina, true, but it runs faster. But if you have the proper stamina food, you can make up for the speed difference, because you hardly will run out of stamina.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can keep on running while the Moa has to sprint and then walk and then sprint and then walk.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen some pretty large stamina bars in our gameplay.
Oh yeah.
Like 6 and
Up
8.
to the part where whatever you did, stamina bar didn't even show up.
Yeah.
So the regen was more than the consumption.
Yeah. Which we like.
Which was interesting.
Yeah, very much so. And basically meant that, mounts at that particular point when you've got to, when you can keep that status, irrelevant.
Anyway, let's see. Fish inspect animation now stops correctly when switching off fishing rod and when changing lures. Ah, good. Because remember, when you were fishing, it was like you put a fish in the bench, it was turned into fillets already, and it still showed in your hands.
And you still had it in your hand.
This should be fixed now. Good.
Good.
Fix a crash on clients when using a cupboard that has extra slots due to the extra space talent. This must be some pretty specific circumstances then, because I've had that talent since ages, and I'm always making the cupboards, and you never had a crash due to that.
No.
So,
Not that I'm aware of.
No. So I wasn't even aware there was a crash caused by the extra slots.
Yeah, because everything you build has, stuff like storage stuff and things. They all have extra space.
Exactly.
Which is why we get you to build them.
Exactly. So, but well, apparently there were people who suffered from those crashes. I'm glad that it got fixed.
Yeah. I mean, imagine the game crashing every time you want to put something away. It's like, here, I'll just have to chuck it on the floor and somebody else can put it away, because if I open a cupboard, I'm out. Exactly. The game will kick me.
Yeah, it would be quite annoying.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I fixed that.
Good.
Reduce movement easing when the fish is on the line. So when the minigame is completed, the fish should be at the player's feet. We can test it by fishing from the waterline and fishing from all the way on top of the base.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you need to do fishing in third-person view, so you can see where the fish ends up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Alrighty.
something to test at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
Update generated level LOD tooling. Updated generate sublevel LOD assets for Olympus with revised settings for improved optimization, visuals and performance. Thank you for the info. Yet more checks around positioning loot bags on death so they don't end up underground. Still an issue? Well, here's a simple way to avoid this problem from arising. Don't die. Just saying.
Yeah. Or you could keep the satchel in its slot when you are revived so that you don't have a
Yeah,
death
but
bag.
that won't work if you respawn. If you play solo, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been a quite annoying bug for a long time already, and there's workarounds like shove a ramp underneath it, log off, log on again, and then it should pop up above ground again. So yeah, loot bags underground, loot bags in a mountain, all kind of weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's annoying, especially when it's workshop gear and you haven't enabled insurance for that mission and or open world / outpost. It's
Yeah.
quite annoying to be losing workshop gear that way. So I'm glad that they're working on this, because yeah, I can very much understand people
Yeah. Well, and
getting slightly upset by losing stuff because of this bug.
yeah, well, I mean, I don't know whether or not it's related, but my brain wants to take me to the points where just last week, like, you would drop something on the floor for me inside the building, and it would just disappear.
Keep in mind, at that point we were on the experimental or in the special branch.
You
It was on a
sure of
Thursday.
that?
I'm sure about that.
Okay, just
So you have
okay.
to discard these instances where we were not on the
Okay,
production
well,
branch,
yeah,
so to say.
I wasn't entirely sure whether or not that was like,
It was on a Thursday, and I was showing you the lures and stuff. It
yeah,
was the
okay,
preview into Galileo.
yeah, okay. So yeah, sorry, I'm tired.
It's okay.
It's Friday. Okay.
Fix melee weapons, firearms, and NPCs spawning their hit particle effects at the wrong angle. The hit particle effects?
Yeah, like
So I hit a crocodile on the head, and
you
all of a
get
sudden
the
it gets
blue.
a wound in the tail or whatever.
No, I was thinking more of the like you throw an arrow at a crocodile and it gives you that blue
Yeah, you hit
icon
hard
with
and
the
point.
numbers, and you hit it under the throat, you get a crit shot. Is that a hit particle effect?
I don't know. The melee weapons, firearms, and NPCs.
Huh?
Melee weapons and firearms are weapons which deal damage at range to animals.
Yeah.
So NPCs doesn't fit in that row. That was my first thought when I read this. I was like, huh? That's an odd collection.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I see the quandary there. Okay. Fixed bug with UMG interaction prompt spamming log with errors when hit actor didn't have an interaction component.
Not something which you see normally, except when you hit the tilde button.
Yeah, I had to rebind that bloody key. Honestly.
Well, if you clean the key, it's no longer bloody. Right?
Oh dear. Memory dependency cleanup with several UI elements, dev cheats and deployables. Sorry, my voice is going to go. Excuse me.
It's okay. Memory dependency cleanup. Okay, so good. More performance improvements. We like that.
Yeah, we do. We like that. Additional assets modified as part of dependency cleanup.
Ties in with above.
Yeah. Fixed river plane that could be seen under a lake in L9. Yellow Cord Olympus. Fixed
The
river
brain
plane.
layer thingy.
The what?
The brain layer thingy.
Yeah.
Or did the river continue underneath the lake?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
But they fixed it, so we like that. Add more detail to the in-game user issue submission pop-up.
So report an issue now.
Mm-hmm.
Some more details there.
Good. Remove SK override materials on some corpse BPs to fix issues with mesh switching. This has been mentioned before. Above.
No, before it was mentioned, it shows fur where it shouldn't. So I'm not sure.
Okay,
This is like mesh switching. This is like the visual.
Okay.
It's the mesh.
Yeah.
And the other one more looked like the example I gave, like a Komodo or a crocodile, which gave you fur.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
When I read this, I had to think of that chart skeleton, which was actually fixed before it went to production, as far as I know.
Okay. Adding some missing content for corpse switches. Linked to above, maybe?
I think so.
Tag sentry elements in-game user issue submission pop-up. Linked
So
to the one above.
Working on that user issue submission pop-up thingy.
And finally, fix initial ammo count showing broken text layout.
So the initial ammo count, and there was also one with the cached ammo count thingy.
Yeah.
Resulting in the ammo count not being correct.
Yeah. Okay. And future content.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we have
a
today?
whole lot of rework on the buildables, concrete buildables, wood buildables. Whole lot of work done there.
Yeah. Fixed.
Update the open world selection UI to reference the DLC database for a name and URL of the DLCs. Created entries for Prometheus open world description text in the relevant string table. So we will get, again, reconfirmation, we'll get Prometheus open world as well. Yay.
Yay.
We're so gonna play that one.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'm looking at this one here. Fixed cave worm spawning in walls in alien fossil cave, and fixed collision and seam issues in grasslands prefab caves, where players could get blocked by macro cliffs in the Green Quad Prometheus.
Cave worm spawning in walls. We have seen that we haven't seen it in the alien fossil cave, because that one is Prometheus, I believe.
Yeah,
but we have seen it in Olympus, definitely Olympus Caves.
Yes.
It's been a while since I've seen it, though, I have to admit.
Yeah, there was one cave in particular that was renowned for spawning the last one in the cave, and it didn't
In the wall.
matter. Yeah, in the wall, and it didn't matter whether or not you ran in and you ran out, or you left the area and came straight back to it.
Well,
It would always be in the wall.
And there was one cave where you could clip into the wall to shoot it, but not every cave.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to clip into the wall so you would take poison damage.
Yeah,
in order to kill it. It was annoying.
Yeah, the bad thing was is that it could still spit at you, and you had no idea what it was.
Yeah, at some point you knew this cave. You have to run there, crouch here, stand up. Now you clip into the wall, and now you can finally shoot a worm.
Yeah.
But again, getting up to that point, it would hit you once or twice already.
Mm-hmm.
And then you still had to kill it, so yeah, you took quite some damage doing so.
Yeah. Carry a lot of food. Okay.
Anti-poison pills.
Yeah. That's the only way to beat that.
I assume they work against the spitting, because it is poison damage.
Yeah.
Never tried it actually, because the poison doesn't last very long anyway. So anyway,
yeah. Moving swiftly on. What have we got next? Adding recipes for armor-piercing ammo. Feature locked out.
AP ammo was talked about last week already as well, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Platinum sheath, titanium plate. See, the feature locked out. Remember, in the fixes there was also talk about the titanium plate. Told you it was
future content.
Future content.
Yeah. Adding Hypatia feature level to lock out Hypatia content.
Hypatia was mentioned all the way at almost at the top, where they announced the new
that's
Hypatia.
The name. Yeah, that's the next name update. Alrighty.
Some work on the iron buildable rework.
I'm gonna scroll up.
No, it's actually the bullet point underneath the one you selected.
Yeah.
You're gonna scroll down, okay. Let's see. Updated an open world card description for Prometheus, not the dance.
Yes. Added cave volume and cave entrance BP to Prom Story 2 cave, Prometheus and fixed cliff actor inside prefab cave Olympus. Excuse me.
There's let's see. Added prototype for backpack info widget, devlocked. Backpack info? Oh, okay. So we will be getting a bone armor. Better than leather, I would reckon, or at least for physical protection against physical damage.
Yeah.
After all, it's bone, so. There is they done a bit of work on the lava hunter attacks. Lava hunter fissure VFX texture fixes. I believe there was a bit more about the lava hunter. Yeah, a bit up actually. Lava hunter fissure attack material. Lava hunter fissure VXF rotated meshes. So. But I believe it was mentioned last week as well, right?
Yeah.
Or the week before, the Lava Hunter. So we talked about it at this point already. Okay. Let's see further down. update encumbrance UI to show backpack slots and show orange when nearing full. Interesting that this is in the future content, because
Yeah.
this is in the game already
Well,
in this update. When I was playing this afternoon, I noticed, so you have your always already had the weight bar, right?
yeah.
It now also has a bar underneath it with your inventory slots, amount of slots, and how many of those slots are being used.
Right.
So it does already show the backpack slots, and it does show orange for both backpack slots and now also for the weight bar when you're nearing max. Previously, it's kept the same color, greenish color, no matter whether you had nothing in your inventory or you were over your limit already.
Mm.
It's now turning orange when you're nearing your carry limit.
Jake.
And also the other one is also getting orange when you nearing the amount of slots, max amount of slots used.
Yeah,
So, like I said,
Jake says it was future content, but we added it early.
okay.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's
Gave
happening
turret
now.
a
Cool.
rotation rate, so the snap to target makes sense. And an aim tolerance setup, so it doesn't fire if its aim is too far off. Good, save ammo. But it also tells us we are gonna get a turret. Are we gonna be able to build the turret ourselves as well? That's gonna be nice for our base defense.
Yeah.
But then again, it would suggest that we will be getting more aggressive animals. Kind of makes sense, you know? Alien animals being more aggressive. Like, hey,
Yeah.
this is our spot. You're sitting on my spot. Big Bang Theory. So, then the wooden fortifications wouldn't be sufficient anymore, so add turrets. But also, geysers. We already did a whole fortification around the
Yeah.
enzyme condenser.
Yeah.
Now we will also be able to add turrets. Ooh, nice.
Absolutely.
And it's gonna make it super easy to do those.
Yeah.
Lalef says, bone armor sounds cool. It would be fun to have an advanced mission that causes workshop armor to be temporarily non-functional, so you have to level up to higher level drafted armor as part of mission. I hear what you say. And not sure how to think of that though. You bring down your space armor for convenience reasons. After all, you have 15 slots now. In open world, you will get to composite armor anyway. I mean, in my open world, I'm not even wearing my workshop armor no more. I have composite armor because it's cheaper to repair. You don't have to buy the repair stuff, the repair kits in the workshop and bring them down. You just make some more composites and you repair your armor. Also, planet crafted armor, you can put additions on, which you can't do in workshop armor.
Yes.
And there are also players who don't play missions, but just play open world. So they don't have any exotics to buy workshop stuff anyway.
I would have expected bone armor to be the next level up from leather.
Yeah.
So it's better
nice
for
you,
a lower level character who doesn't have the workshop stuff.
Yeah, but also, for example, like we did when Styx came out, we created new characters
Mm-hmm.
without any workshop stuff.
Yep.
We kept track of the mission rewards, and we only used the currency we earned with that character to buy workshop stuff for that character.
Yes.
So for those kinds of characters, and we will be doing the same with when Prometheus drops. For those characters, bone armor definitely would be viable. Indeed, as a follow-up for the leather armor,
Yeah.
assuming it's better physical protection.
I don't know whether or not it's a viable option, but personally, I think it would be better if each character kept their own rewards. So the Styx character has their rewards, and the Olympus character has their rewards, so that it still gives each character something to work for.
Yeah, but then again, it is handy if you want to quickly level up a new character to give it workshop gear, bring it in your open world,
Yeah,
and
but that kind of defeats the
quickly grind exp there.
Yeah, but that completely defeats the purpose of making a new character.
Not necessarily.
Part of leveling up a character is doing the grinds.
Yeah, you
So-
still need to grind, but you will have better tools to do the grind with.
Yeah, but see, I don't agree with that.
Like I created a while ago, created a new character which I leveled up in husbandry talent 3.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to I wanted a character which had the talents. It was
Yeah.
not like I like the Styx character where we decided to keep everything separate. It was
Yeah.
just an extra character which I wanted to get all the husbandry talents and some farmer talents and some fishing talents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For those kinds of characters, I'm glad it's one big pool currency.
Well,
It was
yeah.
easier for me.
I mean, I fix my stuff a lot, so having
Oh yeah, after
the
each mission.
pool to dip into to fix it is advantageous.
Yeah.
Was just throwing the ideas out there. That's all.
Yeah, I'm not sure there will be a whole lot of people who do the same like us, like create a new character and keep it all separate.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This next
Anyway.
one caught my eye. Add jade caveworm material variant mesh.
New
is
type of cave worm.
Or are they talking about jade as a byproduct and reward as well as the scales and
No,
the...
it's mesh, so fizzle.
Okay, so
Cave worm
are the
material
green
variant mesh.
the green cave worms that we get when we're doing the sample? No, this is future content.
I'd have to check the bestiary. It already has a name, like an I don't know, adult cave worm or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
But since they're talking about mesh, I reckon it's just visual.
Visual effects. Okay.
Yeah, to make it stand out a bit more, I think. Like
Okay.
make it different from the cave worms we already know. So
Okay.
yeah, I wonder, Jake, can you disclose this? All those new animals we will be getting in Prometheus, will they get an entry into the bestiary as well?
Will it be a separate bestiary?
Will it be a separate bestiary? Because there is also an achievement, what's
Jake
it called?
says yes. Jake
Okay,
says
it will be added
yes.
to the bestiary. But there is an achievement, let me see if I can find it quickly, where it says something like you have to discover everything for all the animals in the bestiary. Yeah, unlock all the creatures in the bestiary in the max rank. Gotta catch them all. I assume, based on your previous comment about not changing the goalpost for those achievements, that these new entries in the bestiary will not be counting towards his achievements then? Because I like the whole bestiary thing, and if we get new animals, I'd love to get them in the bestiary. But if that would mean that we would have to regrind kinda bestiary achievement. But okay, same deal. Worm will be changed to Olympus and Styx. Okay, thanks.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty.
We have the issue that they fixed with the breakable rocks falling into node mesh temporarily by adding a box collider in center of node, pending re-import of better collision geo. Tweaked timing of montage notifies for sledgehammer.
Yeah, so they were talking about breakable rocks before.
Yeah.
Remember I said, like, I wonder, is it for the current ones, current boulders which you have to break by the like mine with the pickaxe, or is it going to be for the new one which you have to mine by sledgehammer? And I asked this because of this bullet point actually.
Yeah.
So I wonder. This is future content, and they're talking about breakable rocks and not boulders or rocks.
Well,
So I reckon that's only for the future breakable rocks new resource mineable by sledgehammer.
Yeah. Like the rocks you can mine in the desert give you an icon of a pickaxe, and maybe that's an icon of a sledgehammer instead, to say that this is mineable, but you have to have a sledgehammer in order to do it.
A couple of patch notes ago, they were talking about breakable rock as a new resource.
Yeah.
Puzzle together from bullet points like this. New resource, and you have to mine them by sledgehammer.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
So it was in the fixes. Breakable rock textures settings and LED settings. So again, it's a future content item being mentioned in the fixes. Fix from dev point of view, future content from player point of view.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Alrighty.
And let's see more new buildable rework stuff. Fix an issue where player was incorrectly getting the prompt to drink water through the terrain, especially noticeable in swamp biome. So you're walking through the swamp, you don't see no water. However, if you look down, you get the drink prompt. I can see how that can cause confusion. Oh,
yeah.
Hey Jason, welcome.
Hey Jason, welcome. How are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, especially noticeable in swamp biome. If they have multiple layers there, a soil layer on top of a water layer. Yeah.
Yeah. It's never a good idea to drink swamp water. We all know this.
Meh. YOLO.
Alrighty.
Living on the edge.
Yeah. Added track slots for completing dynamic missions on different maps.
Track stats, not slots.
Oh, sorry, I'm tired.
Okay.
I'm getting mixed up with the one underneath it. Fixed slot text being removed from encumbrance bar.
And added an icon to the encumbrance bar slot indicator.
Yeah.
So those two, I reckon, are tied to the previously future content, but currently already deployed.
Yes.
Work on the encumbrance bar.
Yes. And unfortunately, Jason, this is yet another week where you join us and we're about to say good night.
Hi Jason, bye everyone. Something like that.
Yes.
Jake's here now. Jake is here now. We can stop.
Yeah. Don't worry, Jason. You won't miss a thing. There's always the replay.
Jason says, I was here, I was just walking.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
good.
Good. Alrighty, yes, but we are actually at the end of this week's updates. So watch your eyes, peeps, because I'm going to whiz back up to the top. Okay. Unfortunately, this week there will be no gameplay. I actually have to travel. So I don't have time for it tonight. I'm sorry, peeps. I really don't like to do this to you, but I'm sorry, family comes first. So
Hey, at least we got the update discussion.
yeah, well, if you can do it on holiday, then I can do it. So
Yeah.
so
Hey,
yeah.
and we gave Jake some nice ideas.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what makes it worth it. Like I said, Jake, if you missed anything, the time slot is roughly anywhere between 58 minutes and an hour for the good bits. So
Come on,
we,
everything was good. You mean for the very good bits?
yeah, for the best bits, for the highlights.
Yes, I.
Alrighty.
You're really pushing it. Yeah, I know, right? Come on, that's what we do.
Yeah, never miss an opportunity. We're straight in there.
Exactly. Jump
Right.
in feet first.
Yeah, Jason says thanks for the stream. Have a nice evening, everyone. And yes, you
Yeah,
too, peeps.
you too, man.
Thanks ever so much for everybody who joined us, anybody who lurked, and all who participated in the chat, namely Jason and Jake and Lalev and Froggy and
The Nightbot.
the Nightbots. So, and also thank you to Corne for keeping on top of the Discord tonight. Much appreciated.
Of course. As always.
Yeah. So until next week, peeps, it's good night from me.
And good night from her.
And we will see you next week for some more of the same. And remember, it's a dangerous world out there, so please take care of yourselves and each other. Night.